History remembers what happened, but it is shaped by moments when everything could have turned another way. A decision, a journey, a single moment. This is where we explore them. When history turned. In 1588, King Philip II of Spain gathered a fleet commonly called the Spanish Armada of roughly 130 ships to escort an invasion force from the Spanish Netherlands to England. The English fleet, under Lord Howard of Effingham with commanders such as Sir Francis Drake, engaged the Armada across late July and into August. Contemporary logs record actions off Plymouth, the engagement near Gravelines on 29-30 July, and the subsequent scattering of the fleet by English attacks and severe storms as it attempted to return home. The campaign failed to secure the planned invasion. Its defeat is widely cited as a turning point that preserved Elizabeth I's reign and accelerated English maritime ambitions. The immediate political effect was tangible. Elizabeth's position strengthened. England invested in naval infrastructure and privateering, and in the following decades, English merchants and explorers extended their reach across the Atlantic. Those are the documented consequences historians most often cite. If you walk the streets of some port cities today, you'll notice civic rituals and legal inscriptions that pair parish records with entries in a civil registry, processions that honor local saints alongside parliamentary ceremonies, and place names on coastal charts annotated in 2 tongues. These are observable facts about certain municipal archives and public spaces. In the present of this timeline, the political architecture looks different but coherent. A long-term Anglo-Iberian polity maintains shared treaty obligations across Atlantic trade routes. Spanish legal practice coexists with common law in regional courts. Catholic feast days are state holidays in many provinces, and shipbuilding traditions have hybridized, producing merchant fleets that carry design lineage from both galleon and later northern hull forms. These features are reflected in treaties, in municipal charters, and in everyday practice. Consider Maria Thompson, a teacher in Southwark. Her morning commute passes a plaza, where a bronze naval figure stands beside an obelisk inscribed in Castellano and English. She teaches a curriculum that pairs seafaring logs from Seville with merchant ledgers from London. Her household calendar marks saints' days and parliamentary openings. In her life, institutions and rituals that elsewhere would mark national difference exist together as everyday normalcy. Introducing the set of clues and the moment of inquiry, port authority records, bilingual civic ritual, hybrid shipyards, ecclesiastical nominations, echo patterns found in Spanish archives. Considering the minimal causal change that ties all clues together, what should be examined? Redacted opening hook, redacted context setup, redacted turning point, redacted divergence exploration, redacted consequences, redacted return to reality, redacted closing thought.
When an invading fleet secures a beachhead, probability models show a 42-68% chance administrative continuity will follow within a generation, depending on metropolitan commitment. Where metropolitan governance embeds itself, cultural hybridization stabilizes rapidly.
From that single operational success, administrative control shifted. Port registries moved into an Iberian orbit, episcopal nominations aligned with Spanish clerical networks, trade charters and naval priorities were reframed to favor Atlantic routes under combined oversight. Over decades, law, language, and ceremonial life layered together into the hybrid institutions we observed through Maria's day. Small choices at sea, small failures or successes in the moment, reshaped institutions and lives just as surely as any parliamentary act. That is the uncomfortable fact. Contingency sits inside the operational detail. We can map the mechanics, we can trace the costs and the gains. But the human question remains. Which threads of continuity do we value, and how do we weigh lives redirected by a single tactical success?
This divergence had a high, structural impact. The timeline stabilized into a distinct, institutional configuration within a few generations. If this wasn't the only timeline you'd like to visit, subscribe.